The fluorescent lights of Oak Ridge High's West Wing flickered faintly, casting a cold glare on the freshly polished floors. Lunchtime chaos was in full swing, students milling about, laughter echoing off the lockers, sneakers squeaking on tile. Among the crowd walked Samantha Hayes, head held high, her blonde ponytail swinging with every step. Captain of the cheerleading squad, she was used to eyes on her, but not for the reasons she'd faced today. She clutched her varsity jacket around her shoulders, the red and white emblem stitched proudly on the back, a symbol of years of sweat, discipline, and countless bruised ankles from endless cheer practices. She was on her way to meet her best friend Lauren in the cafeteria when she saw him. Brent Carter. The school's self-appointed king of intimidation. Broad-shouldered, with the kind of smirk that made people want to either punch him or avoid eye contact entirely. He was surrounded by his usual pack, Ty, Mason, and Derek. Each one a follower without a single original thought. They lounged near the lockers like vultures waiting for the scent of weakness. And unfortunately for Sam, their eyes had just locked onto her. "Hey, pom-poms," Brent called out, his voice dripping with mockery. "Nice jacket. Bet you think that makes you special." Sam didn't slow her pace. She'd learned long ago that acknowledging Brent was like giving oxygen to a fire. Ignore, walk past, keep moving. But Brent didn't like being ignored. In 3 strides he closed the distance, stepping directly into her path, forcing her to stop. His friends flanked her sides, a wall of smug grins and cheap cologne. "What's the rush?" Brent's hand shot out, gripping the edge of her jacket. "Let's see how much this thing means to you." Sam's stomach nodded. "Let go," she said firmly, trying to keep her voice even. She wasn't scared, she wouldn't give him that satisfaction, but she was furious. Brent just chuckled. "What's the matter?" "Scared I'll get it dirty." And before she could react, he yanked hard. The jacket slid halfway off her shoulders. Students in the hallway began to notice. Whispers rippled through the crowd. Brent thrived on an audience, and Sam knew it. "I said, let go." She shoved his chest, but he barely staggered. Mason grabbed the other sleeve, and with a triumphant laugh, they wrenched the jacket free entirely. The crowd gasped. Sam's fitted top underneath wasn't revealing, but the act itself, the public stripping of something that represented her hard work, felt like being slapped in front of everyone. Brent dangled the jacket like a trophy, spinning it on his finger. "Look at this," Brent mocked. "Captain's colors. Think this makes you better than the rest of us? Maybe I'll keep it." Sam's fists clenched so hard her nails dug into her palms. She wanted to snatch it back, to shove him so hard he'd hit the lockers, but Brent was still bigger, stronger. And she knew starting a fight now would get her suspended. But the humiliation burned deep, hotter than the anger. "Give it back," she said, each word sharp as a blade. Brent smirked, then tossed the jacket to Mason, who tossed it to Ty. They began a cruel game of keep away, laughing as Sam darted back and forth, her pride taking blow after blow with every failed grab. Somewhere in the crowd, someone's phone camera was recording. She could hear the faint beeps of Snapchat notifications. Her humiliation was being preserved, ready to be spread like wildfire. When she finally caught it, snatching it from Ty's careless toss, she didn't look back. She shoved past them, head high, swallowing the rage that clawed at her throat. The whispers followed her all the way to the cafeteria. Lauren found her at the table minutes later, jacket folded neatly in her lap, hands trembling slightly. "Sam, what happened?" Sam looked at her best friend, the shame still burning her cheeks. "Brent happened. But I'm not letting it end like this." There was a tone in her voice Lauren had only heard once before, the time Sam, at 14, had stopped a grown man from stealing a purse in the mall. A tone that meant trouble was coming. And as Sam's fingers tightened on the jacket, she was already planning. Brent Carter had no idea that beneath the cheer uniform was a girl who had been trained by her father, an ex-military close combat instructor, since she was old enough to stand. He'd taken her through drills most grown men couldn't finish. She'd broken boards, disarmed mock weapons, and once, with his guidance, flipped a man twice her size. Brent thought she was just another cheerleader. He was about to learn how wrong he was.